after an interesting encounter with Berric, fighting some small, very angry and carnivorous-looking snowmen, and spending a very brief moment with wandering Oakenben in his lovely little traveling shack. You find yourselves back on the road, prepared to make your way up to the Tower of Aegnaer, knowing that it's the next stop along your path. The sun is low in the sky, but you can see the tower just in the distance. You feel like you could probably make it to the foot of the hills in time to make it. Fantastic.
Mount up, Georgie. Or Greg, sorry.
Georgie.
Wow.
Hiya, Georgie.
I mean, I remember that we're going to ride it.
Oh yeah.
So giddy up,
It's
George.
not a very comfortable ride. There's definitely a lot of jostling as he moves.
Could I get my Greg card, by the way? I just realized I don't have the stats.
Oh,
So close.
Oh.
my aim was just a little off. Sorry, buddy.
Thank you.
Greg down. Greg down.
He can handle it. He's tough. Beefy.
Yes.
Beefy.
Yeah, I definitely say we just try to get as close as we can before we make camp.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. I mean, if Greg wins.
I don't see why he wouldn't.
He's gotten comfortable enough with you since leaving the ice caverns in Berric, and through Berric's snacks.
Yes.
I mean,
Lots of snacks.
I gave him some jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, that's why
He's a good boy. He deserves snacks.
trampling through the snow. You make it to the base of the tower, or the base of the mountain, before ascending to the tower in order to make camp. Your long rest and restore all of your requisite things and stuff. While you're set in camp, I need y'all to make a perception check. Amrix and Picus, you're kind of tending the fire and buried up around a bit where Greg is kind of like blocking the winds from you a little bit. Berric, you notice coming from the east towards your camp,
Okay.
a tall, half-giant female trekking up towards your camp.
Okay.
Meg,
Hello.
would you like to introduce your character to the group?
Alright, so
What do they see as you approach?
so they see her. She is tall, wearing a very heavy, like hooded cloak, fur lined. She has a sack slung up her back, quarterstaff in her hand, and then you can just see on her side peeking out what looks to be a book in some sort of leather holster type dealio.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of look. Be like, hey! What are you doing out here?
It's fine.
A lot of things might be dangerous out here.
I will point to the tower and be like, probably the same thing you are.
Do I recognize the voice?
still a bit away. Go ahead and I'd say with a 15 on the winds that are whipping through. It sounds familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Okay. I'm going to walk out to meet them
Okay.
and just kind of trudge. And as I get closer, like try to get a peek at her. And as I get close and see her face, I'm gonna go, well, I'll be. Is that Zath?
Like Berric?
What are you doing out here?
I don't. The tower.
Well, I got that part, but like, I haven't seen you in an age.
Been about 10 years.
I'm gonna just holler back to the camp and be like, we're okay! It's safe!
It's safe?
Ooh.
Safe!
What?
Alright, well, come on and join us at camp. Word of warning, there is a large frost salamander. His name is Greg, and he won't hurt you. Just walk on back to camp.
Alright.
So we're gonna walk up to you guys. You're my height?
Just under. So
Just
like
under.
7 foot.
So we're just gonna walk back to camp, and I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Zath, the group, Zath, Greg. We are headed to the tower as well. I figured if anything, they could camp with us for the night.
Yeah. Are you guys just camping on the ground, or
We have tents, I'm sure.
do you want something better?
Yes.
Okay. So I will cast Lehman's Tiny Hut to make us like a little dome, and because like I'm assuming you're not gonna try and trek all the way up there tonight, right? We're chilling.
I'm not. I'm sleeping.
Okay. So
She's cold.
I pull out, I flip open my cape, pull out my book, thumb through a few pages, cast the spell, and a little dome just kind of appears. It's 10 foot by 10 foot. Everybody go in there. It's like climate controlled. You can see out of it, but nothing can get in unless I say so. Basically.
Always
Perfect.
So yeah.
Thanks.
So I don't think Greg will fit.
That's fine.
Greg
doesn't
opts
need
to stay outside.
Yeah,
anyways.
because
He
it's
likes
only
the cold.
yes.
You see him kind of like do a little wiggle down into the snow a little more, just flattens himself out.
Have a seat. Smelling.
Make yourself comfortable. What?
It's gonna start smelling like what?
Aw. Shucks. So what are you headed to the tower for?
I'm on my way to just figure out.
Are you hearing about the rifts?
Yes.
Okay. She's heard about the rifts. You guys have stuff to talk about.
Great. You know, I'm just. You know what? I have a whole new take on life, I think. I think I do.
I'm more just looking for magic in general.
Magic, I accept all things that come my way. Magic, people, tall ones, small ones, furry ones, feathered ones, new ones.
Give me.
The old ones are gone.
I'm gonna
But there's
motion.
new friends all the time.
So I'm gonna turn to Amrix. Be like, we need to have a little powwow. Is everything okay?
It's great.
What is wrong?
Nothing's
I
wrong.
don't believe you.
I have a whole new take on life.
Was it the pizza place? Was it? Did that happen?
That may have been part of the beginning.
Okay.
Part of the beginning of the
Are we? Do you need to talk to somebody?
No, I'm just going to accept things as they come.
I like that take on life.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over to Amrix and be like, are you fine? Are you okay?
No,
Oh,
we're good.
all right.
The
All right.
little snow guys had me a little shaken.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
weird. I'll own up to that. That was weird. I've spent a lot of time out here, but I've never
That's gonna
run
haunt,
into those.
That's gonna haunt my dreams. That was something new. But
Okay.
no, I'm good.
I'm
Okay.
gonna take all my stuff off and just start putting it places. Like I'm setting up a little home for the night.
She's she's been through a lot the last couple days. I apologize.
That's to put it mildly, or put it gently.
As you settle down to rest for the evening in this bubble, night passes unabated, no problems. Dawn light filters across you, and I guess you get a note ring on the sending stone that Longhaul gave you. And you hear his voice come through. Hey, just landed in the shores of Anaheim. Had news from the fortress of Sayre. There was a newcomer had shown up as an imposter and made off with a large stash of deep diamonds. Don't have a good feeling about that. I suspect the culprits being the Gold Spark. Just want to keep informed, let you know where I am. I'll be heading over to meet up with Daishir and coordinate more efforts from this side. Hope all's well.
I can't communicate with.
You can respond back.
Okay, so while he's talking, I'm listening, but I'm like digging through my stuff to like get to it at the same time.
Yeah, you gotta hear the.
So I like don't know how it works, you know. So I'm like, what?
There's you see that on the stone itself there is a small glyph carved in it, and he had shown you that all you do is you just kind of press and you can respond.
Like a walkie-talkie.
It's a walkie-talkie.
Can you hear me?
It's essentially sending a voicemail. So you can respond to him, but it's not like a constant chat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a phone call. It's
Okay, so I don't necessarily know that quite
He
yet.
spoke his message, send it to you. You can respond with your own, and then it would have to restart itself.
Okay.
So if you have any information that you wanted to relay to him, you could, but you don't have.
He's not responding. So I'm thinking maybe I just left like a message that said, "Can you hear me?"
Alright.
Maybe we should send another message.
And you just hear it go.
I think he responded back. I think. What's it say?
Nothing.
Just speak what you need.
Tell him.
But do we have anything to say before I leave another silly message?
I mean, just say that you met with Berric and that you've met up with a few other people and we're all going to the same place. Or, can I say
Wait. I didn't quite get everything that he said because I was rummaging through my stuff. Somebody stole some.
Do you think your friend
I'm
might
gonna
have stolen
go-
That's what I'm
diamonds?
A 19
what
perception, did I hear what
person
you said?
Yes.
Okay.
It was easy enough to hear, even kind of rummaging through the bag.
So he said some imposters stole a bunch of
Deep diamonds.
deep diamonds, whatever those are, and something about the gold spark, whatever that is.
I'll tell you all about it.
and that he was slightly worried, and then he was just kind of in general checking up on you. Maybe you don't have to update him so much about your condition right now. Giving me a little bit of the easty wasties, but that's for later.
Can I guess my question is at this point, do we, I don't want to say this.
Just speak it.
Hey, Barry, are you sure that's your friend, or could it be the imposters?
I'm just sitting.
Do you remember that time when I was just a wee little calf and me mother decided that she wanted to give me a bath and I didn't want it, so I was running around in the cold, naked as a jaybird, and everybody laughed at me, and then I fell in the mud puddle and I got frozen?
Well, why don't you give her some more details?
Yes, because I had to pull you out.
We're good. She's fine.
All right.
You can roll an insight check. Well, not you. You're the one asking me the question.
I got a work text. They know I'm.
So we should say where we are,
Yes.
where we are going,
Yes.
who is with us,
Yes.
the tall lady we saw,
Barry.
Berry. Okay.
Okay.
In 25 words.
Tall lady that Berric was all.
We
Follow
don't have
over.
to. We don't have to include that.
All right. What are the names of all the places?
I honestly, I'm just kind of following.
Where are we now?
We are in the Tower of
Aegnaer.
Aegnaer.
Aegnaer. Aegnaer.
Do you want me?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna count down your words.
Oh yeah.
Well, is there a word limit to what we can say?
25.
25 words. I'm going to like pinky the room.
Ding.
Hello, we are at the base of the Tower of Aegnaer.
Way too many words. Just base of Aegnaer. Done.
I'm gonna let go, and then I'm gonna whoop another message.
Okay, well that was only like okay.
I am Berric. I am here with Picus
All I wanted to say was
and Amrix
Picus, Amrix,
and Zath.
Zap. No and. That's a whole nother word.
We're fine.
I guess.
Over.
Thank you.
Over.
I think I should have done it.
Over,
I'll do
over.
it next time.
Fantastic.
Can't hear you, Brian.
I am not a smart person, okay?
That's okay.
Hello, this is Berric. We are at the place with the tall tower.
You were at like 21.
Why
something like
say
that.
why say many word when few word do fine?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Kevin know what go on. Picus?
Mhm.
Need a drink?
Do you have any?
Yes, I got a.
Well,
Sure.
while we're having this conversation, can we also like pack up?
Packing up and
Yeah. I'll just
Breakfast
start
and-
packing stuff up.
yeah,
Like, y'all have your
Greg's there
conversation.
kind of do a little stretch and
I'm just gonna
move. Yeah.
start throwing shit in a bag.
I'm just standing in the corner being like,
angrily back.
your friends are very interesting.
I'm fully aware. I wouldn't call them my friends quite yet, but they're fine. I'm gonna go check on my lizard,
Hi,
and I'm
friends.
just gonna walk out of the dome and walk up to Greg.
I've had lots of friends.
Yeah, your friends keep
All right, so what
vanishing mysteriously.
Makes me well started with a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fire.
We didn't start the fire, did we?
I didn't start it.
So it's always been burning.
As long as we've been turning.
That's enough.
So as you gather everything from your camp and head up to the tower itself for your day, You approach the base, and you see before you the large stone and oak door at the front. The stonework of the tower itself definitely looks a little bit newer for the region. It doesn't look like it's been there quite as long. Maybe a few generations or so.
Are we gonna knock?
Is there anybody standing guard at the door?
At the door, no. But you do see like a small guard post view hole about 15 to 20 feet above the door.
Okay.
Oh, hi!
How are you now?
What's going on? What are you guys doing here?
We're traveling. Obviously. We were wondering if we could enter.
Barry sent us.
That.
Oh, cool. All right. Hold on. We'll be right down. And after a moment, the doors open up, and you see just this 18-foot tall, just wall of giant. It's got a bowl, probably about the size of Ye, in a tan, just palming it and drinking. Hi. Come on. And just turns and starts walking into the rest of the tower itself.
Following.
Yeah.
Yeah, we follow him.
Moving through the stone hallway into the main courtyard, you see there's a handful of giants who are working on like sword work and archery. Some of them are doing like grapple fighting training. Yeah. They make you feel small.
Noted.
The shortest one you see is doing a lot of like sword training just by himself. Is about 11 feet tall.
Okay.
The rest are anywhere between that and almost 20.
Nice.
Kind of varied spans of heights.
My kinds of people.
Yeah, big people, lots of fighting. You follow this hulking figure all the way through the courtyard into the Great Hall, where you see some more of these giants, a little bit more relaxed, lounging out, having some snacks. Brings you over to a table, and next to the table, it's like two larger, like throne benches, and the figure just kind of goes, "Here."
Okay.
You see a large figure, one male, one female, sitting up there at the front, and say, "The Berry sent you. My name's Brother Braun. This is my wife, Cinda. Welcome to Aegnaer. What can we do for you?"
What's your name again?
They call me Brother Braun.
Is Brother Braun?
Yeah, you can go. I mean, Braun is fine.
I'm sitting on-
Cinda's just kind of sitting there, just real quiet, but giving each one of you just a full scan.
I go sit on the bench.
I
Dinkle off.
I can't get up on the bench.
We were sent here by the fine Lady Berry as a
pit stop, almost, of our journey. Why am I the one doing the talking?
You're loud.
I suppose. We were told we could use this place to rest and possibly gather supplies as we continue on our journey to the beacons.
Oh yeah, the beacons. Yeah, we got a beacon. It's nice. Come with me. I'll show you. And gets up, shuffles you back out in towards the courtyard, points up at the top tower, and you can see above there is almost like a lighthouse type structure with like a mirror contraption that'll like pivot around it, and some kind of like internal combustion torch up at the top. Very similar to the one that you saw over at Aegnaer with berries, but much newer, a little more tattered. So you're talking about setting up beacons, so you just want to make sure everybody's in line, ready to keep watch on stuff. That's cool. It's about all the critters and just that whole nonsense.
Yes.
You guys helping to figure it out. It's good. They're not fun. We fight them as much as we can. They don't like getting sliced up. It's pretty easy.
Right.
Cuts like butter, you know.
Most
Just, so we're working on our forms, keeping ourselves fit,
I can see
getting
that
ready.
as we were
You know,
walking through.
it's important to have routines in
Absolutely.
life, dedication,
Yes.
training. Yeah,
I've heard that.
that's kind of what we do up here.
I've heard that you have to use elementals elemental magic
Yeah,
to.
yeah, that works. If you got magic, that works great. Not everybody's got magic. You know, so some of us are just, you know.
I guess just raises.
Yeah.
hand.
We don't have magic.
Yeah. Hi.
Some of us don't have magic.
Right, and that's what I was saying is
Okay.
not everybody has magic, so you gotta be a little more resourceful. You gotta be thinking.
Uh huh.
You gotta plan it. You gotta
Okay.
Scan it out.
Okay.
Problem solve. Right.
Uh huh.
Trial and error. We did some experiments.
What experiments
If
exactly?
you cut them,
With?
you got sharp things.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll bleed, but they also they don't like it when you cut chunks of them off. They can't regrow.
No one does.
bits.
No one does.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's very effective.
Usually it's painful.
I mean, they make sounds. I don't really understand them.
Okay, back to the cutting of them.
Yeah,
They
cut them
need
up.
to- yes, thank you. They need to be cut with something that has magic on it, correct? Can I just
no.
take a knife, or does the knife have to be?
No, you get it. I mean, you want to make sure your knife is sharp.
Okay, so they don't like it. Most things don't like getting cut. But then, how do you
It's very effective.
kill them?
You cut them up a lot
Okay.
into
Okay.
tiny pieces.
Have you
Because they start as a big piece, right? And it's kind of like meal prep. You got to start with
I mean, I have
a lot
a general
and then break it up
idea.
into small
Yeah.
bits.
I've got a general idea. I
Yeah.
think they've got a general idea.
You gotta break it down.
Yep.
now?
That's all.
Now, what about crushing them? Have you tried that?
The crushing, they're kind of squishy, which is weird. You know, the crushing didn't work as great. I was hoping it would,
Yeah.
because I'm a fan.
I
I see the hammer. It's nice.
Kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah. No,
Right.
fan of crushing didn't work as great.
Well,
Same with stabbing. Stabbing was
So very
It's
much
okay.
very much a chop.
yeah.
slash.
You got cut them up.
Okay.
Okay.
So the axe is good.
I might.
Yeah,
I might
axes
need
are
to-
great.
I might need to upgrade my weapon.
To get
as
us.
well. Yeah, I need to.
I mean, we got
Swords or-
weapons.
Okay.
If you need weapons.
I'll just lean over and go like, I do know magic.
Oh, dope. That's cool.
Oh, she knows
That's
magic.
that's great.
I mean, I was headed towards the pinnacle to see Queen Berry, but I'm more than happy to take care of this little Kathleen and help you guys out along the way.
So as Brother Braun shows you around, he's like, it's a lot of things we do here is mostly training. There's a lot of like strict, not really strict. It's kind of loose. We try to like format programs for everybody's like body type, styles, and we try to be as inclusive as possible. It's there's no real like one way to fight. That's pretty much what we're saying. We just know what we do, and we try to like help people learn that as well.
Well, you can jot me down as interested.
Awesome. I like the enthusiasm, man. It's really nice. So you say you guys need some weapons and like some supplies and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah. Here, this is the armory.
There are many little ones.
There's just a giant rack, of, like 2 walls, floor to ceiling, maybe 20 feet high. Just weapons, pikes, long swords, axes, throwing daggers.
I want to find the biggest axe that I can lift.
Okay.
And that is going to be my new weapon. I
Lift and wield.
lift and
Yeah, one that you can comfortably wield. There is a. It's not a double-bladed axe, but the back edge of it looks like it's almost a smaller axe. So it's like a small axe side and a big axe side.
okay.
The handle itself is probably about 4 feet long, made out of some real sturdy wood. It's got a lot of lashing to hold the blade into place. It's crude but well made.
Dibs. Mine.
That's a good one.
I like it.
Yeah. Cool. Right on. Little one?
Little one.
Yeah. Let's see.
You have a butter knife.
That's
All right.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
hold
a good
on.
one.
Yeah.
Settle
picks
down,
one up,
Kathleen.
hands you it's a short sword. What would be a short sword for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
cool.
gonna ask if they have any like apothecary or like things like that nature, or any magic users in the building. So I can go chit chat with.
I mean, he's not much of a magic user, but he does know a little bit about like healing and stuff, and he helps us mostly when we like get cuts and bruises and things. We always have to tell him like, no, you don't have to cut off the finger. It's just a little nick. Can I just get like a bandage for it, and then he's fine with it. His name's Oscar. He does a lot of like our medical training and stuff like that. You can find him if you go down the hall. It's the 3rd door on the right. You're gonna want to knock first because you don't want to just like walk into his office. He calls it his office, but it's just a room.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna head that way and get those types of supplies.
Armor. I would like some plate.
I just bring out my trusty battle axe. Will this work?
Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Hack and slash.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we got some. I mean,
Plate mail, preferably.
Okay,
that will
just-
fit.
you just need a little extra. Little extra.
Yeah.
All right.
When the going gets rough, I get going. I like
Yeah, let me see. He steps up next to you and just like puts his hand at your head, and, like kind of grabs you as you turn, gives a.
Teenager.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Very different perspective for me than normal.
Okay. I don't mind handing out like the weapons and stuff. Like we'll call that peace offering and well wishes and stuff. But like maybe we'll work something else. Yeah, use a hand around here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll go talk to Smitty. See if he can piece together something for you. Right on. Cool.
No, you just need to spice them. Go on with them another like 2 feet.
That would be cool. I'm here.
Could come into effect later on in some way.
You were speaking my language.
Right. So you're heading back out away from the armory. On your way to talk to Smitty, you're gonna go check out Oscar.
I go knock on his door.
Yeah.
Is it Oscar Oscar or Ozgar?
Osgar.
Oscar. Okay.
Oscar.
I was close.
So as you knock on the door, come in.
So I step inside, look around.
It's a fairly well lit room, even in the daytime. You know, there's a couple of decent windows, but you see a bunch of extra like lanterns with reflectors on them to like. Yeah, there's a large stone slab top table in the middle of the room, and like carts and hanging chains with like various different tools, and it's a chaotic kind of sight. You see this guy running around. He's got like a sash apron on, and it's just got like scratches and stains. You don't know if it's mud or blood or anything, and he's got like this weird headband with like multiple lenses that can flip down. He's just, hey, what's going on?
I was told that you can provide bandages and healing supplies.
Oh, you do medicine?
Yes, I do medicine.
Oh, cool. Okay, what do you need? You need like some like plant stuff. You need like some ground herbs. I've got salves and potions.
I'll take a look at the potions, and then I have an herbalism kit that I'll open up and be like, I need some more wormwood and just another berry.
Yeah, just kind of
and then some
stock
fresh,
up the kit.
Yeah, I'll like unroll it and be like, this.
Yeah. Over the course of like half an hour, he's there just like pouring into, like dumping as much information and knowledge at you as possible about like the intricate workings of different varietal strains, depending on the soil. And, like, it's really uncomfortable because he doesn't stop speaking.
Gotcha.
Like, it just goes. But he's grabbing stuff and like throwing it out on the table. He packs you up a nice like secondary, almost a secondary kit.
Okay.
Fills you up with a bunch of things. No like prepared potions specifically,
Okay.
but a lot of things are just more holistic salves and balms and stuff that can aid in
'cause I can't,
quick
like,
patches.
Cast cure you.
Yeah. But it works really, really well for patches. After you've gotten your things from Oscar, we meet you guys back out by Smitty, who's even like the other giants that are in here that you've come across. Smitty looks old for a giant. He's just kind of hunched. He's got like this permanent crink in his shoulder, but his shoulders and arms are Popeye style, like cartoonishly big. But his legs are stick thin. And he's got like a chair brace walker system that he uses to kind of like move himself around his forge. How's it going?
Hello.
Yeah.
I believe we are here to figure out an armor situation for me. And I would like heavy plate. I am willing to do whatever you need me to do so that I can have it.
Whips out a cord, like a string with a bunch of little knot marks on it, and starts taking measurements on you. Alright. Wheels himself off to the other side, starts gathering different pieces of what had been, parts of various different sets, and starts to assemble a set of plate mail that'll work for you.
Yes. Also, some horn spikes. I've got
Might take a day, couple days.
Take your time.
I can figure it out.
Take your time.
Okay.
Just something to be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I like you.
You get another one, and like a big row of spikes in the middle.
Oh, alright, now we put a pin in that. We'll come back to that.
Pin spikes, we can screw them in, you can take them out, and you can throw them.
Oh. I think you just became my new best friend.
Spin.
Berric! He's like, shakes my arm up. Woo! Got my some grit there.
It's kind of waned a bit.
Alright, so now I'm wearing that's gonna take my armor class up to
There you go. After gathering your things, you meet back out in the courtyard area where you see a bunch of the training going on, and through the gate that you come in originally, you see three like shorter giants, probably about 9 feet ish. All three of them look identical. I mean, 1, 2, 3. In a row, in a line, accompanied by this 6.5 foot tall, like shaggy white wolfhound, like Newfoundland kind of dog. Just fur on a big frame walking in. All three of them have various like leotard type outfits. One of them's got a big like heavy belt around the middle section of them. One of them has massive mutton chops, and the third one has like no hair at all, like no eyebrows, just smooth gray skin.
what?
You see him just like trotting in. And the dog's just lopping along with him.
Is Braun standing next to us?
Yep.
I'm just gonna look up at him and go, what's that? What's that about?
Oh, that's the doors.
The doors?
Yeah.
What do they do?
They fight.
Ooh.
Who do they fight?
Anything needs fighting. Mostly they take care of the trail run between here and Guaibin. It's a fishing village just to the south. They kind of supply everything here as a main hub, and then we distribute out food to the east or the west. So we deliver to Berry and Sayre and Far and Rim.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool, man.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they ever, is it just the three of them and the dog, or do they ever need help? Or
I'm sure you offering help. Boys, come here. All three of them pose.
well,
Well, look at the three of you.
Yeah?
You need help?
What kind of help?
Whatever kind you need. Volunteering, I want to.
They start looking, they just look at each other and
I
they're
am
like,
only volunteering myself. I'm not expecting you guys to come with me. This is my armor. This is my cross there.
Have at it.
Alright. Are you gonna be fine? Are you gonna be fine?
I'm great.
Are you?
I'm great.
Okay. Triplet giants with a giant dog, I can understand is a lot to take. I mean, look at them.
while he's having the conversation with you, Bron hands you a chunk of cheese. It's like, it's a cheese knife. It's not a butter knife. Just, it's good to cut cheese. Just
Do you have any cheese?
yeah, he's literally holding
Just hand
like
you
a
a
chunk
brick
of cheese.
Oh.
He's like
Your
With
knife.
a knife in it?
No, your knife is.
Yeah.
Oh,
knife.
the knife you gave me is one of
Cheese
your
knife.
yeah, it's
cheese knives.
It's cheese
Yeah.
knife. It's not a butter knife because he said it was a butter knife, but it's not a butter knife.
I
But you
believe.
use it for butter.
I believe he's. I believe he's lying.
Yeah, no, I got it. I am clear on that.
It's okay.
But seriously, you should eat something. You seem real tense.
I seem tense.
It's just an observation. Like, I don't mean to be like rude or anything. I don't want to assume stuff, but like, been out here for a while. Like, I know, when someone doesn't feel comfortable, and I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable.
Sure.
Okay.
Brother Braun, if you only knew the half of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can also have some cheese, man. Do you eat cheese?
I'm just like
Do you like
holding a
cheese?
thing of cheese.
It's a cheese
Yeah.
wheel that's literally half the size of.
It's just like a chunk that was broken off, and yeah, for you, you're probably holding it's like, I don't know, small melon-sized amount of cheese.
Who doesn't like cheese?
I tend to avoid beer.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah,
Get it? It's not okay.
Yeah.
yeah. But diet's important.
Right.
So.
No, I'm willing to do whatever. So, my whole thing is like, you know how there are some people who are like, oh, I'm as strong as I'm ever going to be? That doesn't exist for me. I can always be stronger. I'm always striving to be stronger. So, like, whatever you want me to do, let's do it.
The triplets, the doors, look at each other and just like, yep.
What?
And they just grab you and start shaking you
Let's
violently.
do this.
Oh yeah.
I'm so fucking pumped right now.
I'm eating some cheese.
And I bring my salamander.
You got a what?
I tamed a frost salamander.
Dude, no way.
I did.
Dude, that's cool. Did you hear that he's got a salamander? Dude, we
Greg!
got to- Greg comes in and they lose their shit. So the one wearing the belt introduces himself as Ristador.
Ristador?
Ristador.
Ristador.
You can call him Riz.
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 Ah,
Yeah.
got it.
Riz. The one with the mutton chops. Rith. Rithador. Rith for short. And the completely bald one, Rustador. Or Ross.
With Riz and Ross.
Riz, Rith, and Ross.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. My name's Berric.
With a plot for sure.
Don't fucking listen to them. Don't even. What is this great beast right here? I'm gonna.
It's Tultha.
Tultha?
Tultha, sit. As soon as Tultha meets the gaze of Greg, just immediately. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna go. Greg, set.
This little half squat. Like, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So like, you don't believe in a limit strength?
No.
Neither do we.
If you limit your strength, then you're only living half a life.
You can't have any limits, man. You gotta be extreme about it.
Absolutely.
You wanna go train?
Yes. Can we just become best friends?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do this, guys.
Have fun.
And they're already like making a beeline to the middle of the thing and doing like full calisthenic workout routine. Oh yeah, it's CrossFit.
Yeah.
They're doing lunges all the way in.
Yep.
I'm gonna look around and see if anybody has a knee or heel or anything like that.
Oh, we got it. I got it. I got it.
He's just got a jug.
And then I'm gonna look over. I'm like, does anyone want to place bets?
He's gonna get his butt kicked.
Well, how? And then I'll we'll start a betting pool
Yeah,
Perfect.
we start a pool.
of like how long he'll last, things like that.
I'm game for anything.
You just make go ahead and just make a straight athletics check.
Straight athletics.
Warm. You've got ale and cheese.
Cocked.
You're set.
That's gonna be 12. Not a great roll.
Not super great. It takes you about 10 minutes before you are winded,
Okay.
and they're still going.
Yeah.
Like full tilt.
I'm winded, but I'm still going to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep.
But you're 10 minutes in and you're cashing out pretty quick. As this goes on for maybe an hour, everybody kind of takes their like a midday lunch break. There's a big spread of food and drinks and everything in the Great Hall, and you sit down and kind of get the little bit more of a rundown of what they're doing here at Aegnaer. They are the main like distribution store hub for goods supplied to the arm. They are one of several beacon points. As they've figured out more with you, or as they talk more with you about the things that have been going on with Barry and Gaw and Lloyd, they cheerily and happily accept to be part of this mission, which is super righteous and very awesome. At which point you hear a loud horn sound from one of the gate walls. And as soon as that happens, as soon as you hear it, everybody drops, grabs whatever they need, and books right out of the hall towards the gates.
We're going with them?
Yeah,
You hear like tons of commotion outside, and as soon as the door opens up, you can see crawling up the side of the walls and into the tower itself are 4 massive, undescribable, horrific-looking beings, black, like multi-armed, tattered-looking spider creatures. One of them's just got this like big, open, like sagging mouth. Yeah. I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh no.
So as these creatures start to pour over the wall, you see one group go one way, another group goes another way, and they're they're basically facing off at different fronts to take down these things. What you see coming directly overhead and down above you is almost like a floating disembodied brain with a beak and tendrils that drape out from beneath it. And the other one has like praying mantis-like arms with a long avian neck. And the tentacly thing is first, and is going to come down. It is going to slash out with its tentacles at Berric. And a natural one for the first attack of the thing. So no. And it is going to try and plunge down with its beak at Picus. We're going to bite you. It's a 9. Nice.
Dodge and swerve.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
All right, with that, you're at Berric and Greg.
Alright, so on my turn, I'm going to take a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself, which is going to give me a +2 bonus to my armor class, which is going to take me to 21. And then I am going to take a swing at the Grell. I'm gonna say Grell because it sounds like Grell. And I knew it. Okay. I should probably not cover my hits. 23. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be.
It has no armor. It's a floating brain.
It's gonna be 16 damage.
Nice.
And then I am going to make an hammering horns. So that's going to be an unarmed weapon attack against it.
Yep.
Push it 10 feet. That's going to be 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Alright, and then it is pushed 10 feet.
All right. Which direction do you push it? It kind of like descended.
I would like to try to push it like into the wall behind it. Am I close enough to the wall?
Close. You're within 10 feet.
Okay. I want to like.
You're kind of like near the doorway, so you can kind of push it towards the side of the door.
Yeah.
All right.
See if that would maybe let me do some extra damage. If not, it was still cool. Cool.
You push it back into the wall, and you can kind of hear that like squish, kind of a wet sound.
So then I'm going to have Greg come in and focus both of his attacks. So one claw and one bite.
One claw, one bite.
Also on that creature. So the claw attack is going to be a 12 to hit.
12 just hits.
All right, and that's going to be 1d6 plus 5. It was slashing damage, by the way, because I'm using the axe now.
Yes.
So that only does 6 piercing damage, and then for the bite attack, that is going to be a 21 to hit.
Woo!
And that's going to be Jesus Christ, 6 also piercing damage. Does the tamed Gregory have the freezing breath attack? Okay, we'll touch base on that later.
You don't quite know.
Well, we're gonna try to find out. And that's gonna be my attack.
Alrighty. Fantastic. Awesome. Good job. Great. It's a good one. Zath,
All right, so I am.
you are up. You see your buddy Bear just lay into this grill and smash it into the wall, and you see Greg come up and just pummel into it. There is skittering down the side of the wall above the door. This lovely thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I know the name of the creature.
So I just have a first.
You don't know what it is.
I just have a question.
Sure.
So if I cast a bonus action as a spell, can I cast a cantrip then, or how do you rule that?
Spell can be full or bonus action, doesn't matter. As long as the cantrip is a bonus action, you can use it as your second.
Oh, because I'm gonna run over to you, and cast magic weapon on the cheese slicer. So now that is magical, and it's a +1 to hit.
So it gives you an
So-
extra +1 on your attack.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I want to make sure I'm flanking with her, and then I was wondering if I could cast as my action cantrip, or is that not how you rule that? I'm not sure.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll just cast Ray of Frost on the dude right in front of me, which I believe is a con.
And this one?
Are you doing the grill or are you doing the weird prey?
The weird prey, whatever is closest to her. So whatever that thingy that came down and
Brain with the beak.
yeah,
It
that
was
one.
It
Yeah.
was the grill that
Brain
did that.
Praying Mantis is about to descend. It's just above you. The grill is right next to you, smashed into the wall. They're about the same distance. Yeah.
So I'll do the praying mantis and. Does a 4 or does a 8 hit?
Does not.
Aww.
As you cast the magic weapon, you kind of reach up to cast your spell, and you see it just sidestep and almost start serpentining down the side as it's just about at your head. You have some movement.
I just want to make sure that I am flanking
If you want it.
whatever
Yeah, you're.
came in and attacked her. That way,
Yeah.
we're kind of penny basically.
Yeah. So it's you, but it's Berric. Berric's got it up against the wall. Nice. And that is the Krufix turn. As it descends down, it launches itself at you and thrusts forward both of its spiky protuberances.
Can I use a reaction?
Yeah,
Is she within 5 feet of me?
sure.
Protection. So disadvantage on the attack.
Disadvantage. 11 to hit. Meg.
No, 11 does not hit.
11 does not hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. 13.
You're good. And the second one, definitely less than that, so it misses. As it plunges down, it goes to strike at you, and both just right down on either side of,
Oh dear.
yeah. That is all I can do. That's it. Amrix, you're up.
So the one that took the praying mantis one, that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna go for.
Got it.
That is, hold on, a 6, so that'd be 24.
Woo! Hell yeah.
That makes up for the 2 heat damage I took. Drinking those. Oh no, that didn't happen. All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. 8 plus 3, 7 slashing. And I've got extra attack. 6 is 14.
14 does not hit. Oh. As you that first one connects and glides through really easily, you come back with your second strike, and it uses one of its arms to block you at the wrist. Yes. Anything else? Bonus action.
I
Movement.
don't have anything else. Just I'm wielding my shield, so anybody within 5 feet of me's got protection.
Which would be Zath and Picus. Not Berric. Alright. Picus. You're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna poke around from behind the shield
There's more weird shit happening.
and I'm gonna take my short sword
Yes.
and I'm just gonna like scream and run full speed at it.
Like
Just
Braveheart.
ah!
Fantastic. Nice.
Did you nat 20?
No, she rolled a 19.
25.
Nice. That
Oh
does
wait,
hit.
26.
Yeah,
And
you
add
get
it to
that
the
+1.
damage too.
Yeah, you get the extra.
It's
that
+1 to
on
attack
the
and +1 to
damage
damage.
as well.
It's his spicy cheese slicer.
It's a spicy. It's a nacho cheese slicer.
Oh.
11.
11. Nice. All right.
With a short sword.
With a sh-
Yeah.
with a cheese slicer.
Yeah, cheese.
It's cheese knife. It does so well because it's got the little like holes cut out in the blade,
Shakes
so
it off.
yeah, it doesn't get stuck. Cuts really, really good.
And I'm just gonna pull it out and then run back behind the shield and hide.
All right. I'm gonna have you make a stealth roll at disadvantage because you're not really. There's not much for you to hide behind,
You're right.
and they have multiple vantage points to see you, but who knows? Maybe.
So that one is 17.
Dope. Top of the round. Okay. The Grell is pissed. And is going to lash out at Berric again. Natural.
Okay.
Wowie.
Yeah.
Nat 1 to a nat 20 real quick.
Yeah, that's the full bell curve. Okay.
Hey guys, he brought it.
That he did.
18 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As one of the tentacles flips forward and like digs into your chest.
I was expecting more.
They're not big.
Right.
They're just. But I do need you to make a Constitution save.
I had a feeling. Not great. Yeah.
You feel the tentacle like pulse into your stomach. You're just like, ow! You're like, that wasn't too bad, and then you feel the hot sensation of poison enter into your body, and you are poisoned.
Okay. So quick question.
Yeah.
Is it too late to cast protection from poison? Would that get rid of the poison effect, or would that prevent me from being poisoned further?
Well, once you're poisoned, you're poisoned.
Okay.
And it's already part
There.
of there.
Yeah.
So as a reaction, it wouldn't work.
Okay. Well, no, I was talking about yeah.
Yep.
That's fine.
So you're poisoned, which means you have disadvantage on your attacks and ability checks.
Okay.
Is that, And
Now it's my turn.
you are also currently grappled because it is holding you.
Yep.
And now because it's holding you, it's going to bite you.
Okay.
It's a 14.
No.
Not it. What is that? Berric.
All right. Well, rude. So I am going to. Where is that spell that I was going to cast? Protection from poison's not going to do me any good right now. I am going to swing at it and cast inflict wounds upon said Grell.
All right.
And that is still going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And it's going to do 3d10 necrotic damage.
Beautiful.
Because
Fuck it up.
rude.
Very rude.
Yes. Very rude indeed. This is awesome. I'm going to use my gold back d10. 8, 17. That is going to be 26 damage to the Grell.
Hey.
I could have cast that at third level.
As you feel the poison pulsing in, you reach out and grab the tentacle, and you just go, yeah, and pulse the inflict wound into the Grell, and you see it start to like vibrate and quiver, and parts of it start to like chip and flake and like dust up into the air, and the rest of it just explodes in a mass of like black and purple ooze, scattering across all of you, and is no more.
And then I'm going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to, as a bonus action, just cast Healing Word on myself at third level.
Okay.
Which is going to heal me for 3d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Sweet.
So that's going to be more. It's going to be 10 HP I regain.
Dope.
And then I'm going to have Greg turn on to the strange looking. And I really want to know if you can use that frost. Can I roll an insight to know if he would be able to do that? If he has the ability to use that spell? Or is this just going to be have to wait for another session thing?
Make a nature check.
Make it a nature check, okay. We're going to use the big roll this one. No, doesn't matter, it's a 3.
No idea.
I'm just going to have him bite and claw at the large praying mantis. He's going to miss on the bite unless a 12 hits, which I would doesn't this time. And for the wow, he just misses entirely.
Yeah. Right. He's like super dodgy.
Yeah. I rolled 2 2s.
Woohoo! Oh, 2 2s.
Oh, choo-choo.
So yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Fantastic.
Alright. So I'm going to saddle up to where in front of me the praying mantis dude is within a 30-foot cone and no one else is. He's unconscious. So like from me pointing out in the 30-foot cone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so you kind of like sidle around a little bit and try to position yourself.
Yeah, so basically I don't want to get my newfound friends in there. And I will cast Rhyme's Binding Ice into any constitutions.
Let's see. 5.
Okay, he fails. So it's 3d8, and then you are hindered by ice formations for a minute or until another creature until you take an action to break the ice. So I basically just freeze in place.
Yeah.
And you take 12, 15, 15 points of damage. And it's frozen.
So what does it look like when you cast that spell?
So I'll take my book out, I'll flip a page, and I'll kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Just be like, for semantic moments.
Yeah, you just mutter some arcane words, and you see this like blast of cold, like shattering wind burst out and literally freezes it within a moment, and then shatters into ice through the rest of the spell into nothing. Oh yeah.
I didn't think it would die.
Didn't have much left to go, but that definitely took it out. And as you see these two that you're dealing with, you can see the other groups around having similar successes with theirs, cutting one down. You see the doors like jumping and kicking and punching and doing like full acrobatic style fight moves.
Did they see me? Did they see me?
You have no
I
idea.
need these guys to be cool. I think I'm cool.
You don't know if they saw you in the moment. And as the chaos and excitement starts to die down, you see everybody just kind of like settling in, checking around. It seems though the coast is now clear and the moments of threat have passed.
I want some cheese.
I mean, it's magic now for like an hour. You just super sharp.
With everything done, you feel a sense of calm after a very strange bits of sensation. The air settles, and that's where we're going to end it tonight. It's late. We have many things to do tomorrow.
That was really weird.
It's weird.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
I got stabbed.
It had a beak and a.
Yeah, I got stabbed.
Come on, Cliff Bob.
I just want to shout to the door. It's like, hey, did you see me? Did you see me kill it?
Yeah!
All right, that's it. I'm good for that.
Everybody swells into the middle and is just kind of like congratulating each other on like, oh, it's a good fight, man, good fight. It was awesome, like solid form, bro. And we will close with a word from our sponsors. If you want a half giant warrior to feel right at home and well protected, gift them a bottle of Strongfell Shave Oil. This magic potion was an original recipe found in the ruins of a human-built Strongfell fortress. It is reputed to protect skin from blades in harsh winters. It is guaranteed to fend off ice wendigos. Crafted to this day by River Peak Apothecary, you can get your own bottle through the webs of Enter at either of these coordinates. And now, good night.